Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I am in Beverly Hills, California at Monetize Talks. This is the 13th edition hosted by David Rivero. And let me tell you, we got one of my favorite interviewees today, Bruce Cardenas. And man, Bruce, welcome back.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, man, it's great to catch up with you. For the audience that maybe haven't caught some of our previous work, Bruce is currently representing Legendary. And if you look, for those that are watching the YouTube channel, you can see what I'm holding up. This amazing Legendary protein pastry is what I call it, but it's just delicious. For those at home that are in the car, when you get home, Google Legendary protein, Google Legendary, and you're going to have some fun. So, Bruce, man, how have you been? What's been going on in your world?
I've been well, other than I had my tricep prepared. I missed David's last event. David hosts some of the best events in LA.
Yeah.
I love his events.
What do you love about Monetize Talks? Like, this is a unique gathering, in my opinion.
I think because he had so many walks of life come here, right? Yeah. Entrepreneurs, people that want to become entrepreneurs, employees that want to know what it means to maybe start a side hustle.
Yeah.
So, and he's there. Where else are you getting? A lot of people charge money for this, right? You got five keynote speakers. Mm-hmm. They all bring knowledge. They all hang out at the end, and they all share. David's biggest thing, which I love about him, is I want you all to connect with other people.
Yeah.
Exchange numbers, exchange business cards, and he doesn't ask for anything. Mm-hmm. That's what's unique about David's. It's not like you're buying something at the end for $29.95.
Sure, the upsell. You're expecting the upsell to come because you had so much fun. Then you're like, wait a minute, I get to leave with my teeth intact.
And he says, come and with Legendary Foods you leave with.
Yeah.
But then he invites you back the next month. There's always new speakers. Yeah, it's one of the best events in town.
Yeah, Legendary. For the audience that maybe haven't tried them or don't know about it, like talk to me.
We were very fortunate. I was on the original team with Quest Nutrition. We sold that. And we call Legendary Quest 2.0. We figured out all our mistakes. And now we have protein pastries. A lot of people refer to them as Pop-Tarts, but we can't.
Yeah.
Protein pastries, sweet rolls, like a Cinnabon. And then we have chips out. And the next quarter of next year, we're coming out with some sick things. I tell people, picture going into a 7-Eleven, all the things you want to buy. You're going to be able to do that, but it's all going to be protein-based.
What do you think are some of the reasons that Legendary's been so successful? Because the traction in the market, and for everybody that's watching this, I knew about Legendary before I met Bruce, before I knew Bruce. I was at Target. I'm walking down the aisles. I'm like, oh, this looks different. What is this? I got hooked on, I think, the chips at first, that light, crisp chip. It was like a big bag, and I'm like, oh, this looks delicious. I started with the chips, then I moved on to the pastries, and then I'm like, what? Then I meet Bruce randomly at an event, and I'm like, wait, you're the Legendary guy? So, what do you attribute that to?
I think once you have a formula, we learned at Quest, everyone loves high protein, gluten-free, low carb, and we just replicate it. But I think more relatable foods. If you've grown up in America, you've had a Kellogg's Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah.
So I tell people now, imagine a Pop-Tart with 20 grams of protein and healthy for you.
Yeah.
So it's a relatable. I think Legendary is more relatable to people. Everyone's had a Cinnabon in the airport, or they wanted to. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to appeal to the everyday people. And people always try and what's your demographic? What's your archetype? To me, I use this term, 6 years old to 60 years old. Everyone enjoys a healthier version.
I forgot about the cinnamon roll one.
We have
they're
tonight.
Delicious.
And here's the thing. No one gets enough protein.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation. I've had moms writing, hey, my 5-year-old had it warmed up for breakfast. My grandmother had it as a snack before going to bed. It's a universal language. And we all get a sweet tooth. So.
And you don't have to feel guilty about eating it. It's not just all
pleasure.
Sugar. It's not just so. Talk just a little bit about that. It's actually healthy for you.
Yeah. Listen, 20 grams of protein, no added sugar, gluten-free. We have the celiac community that loves us. We have people that write us have diabetes that say my blood sugar didn't spike by eating it. So there's a lot of people. I say this, we've gone from being a protein bar company to a mission-based company. Once you start changing people's lives and their eating habits and their health habits, you're way more than a protein bar company.
Yeah. Talk to me about some of I know maybe you can't tell me the updates of exactly what's coming on 2025, but high level, talk to me about some of the vision for what's next for the company.
Like I said, I want to paint a picture. Super Bowl's coming up.
Ooh.
People are going to go to a Super Bowl party.
Give it to me, Bruce.
Come on, man. No, I'm just going to let you know. There's Doritos, and there's Oreos, and there's nachos. All I'm going to say is eventually there'll be a Legendary table with similar products, maybe Oreos.
My man.
So things that, and that's it. End of the day, people want to eat, and not feel guilty.
Yeah.
And we're going to have things that are good. By the way, we're going to have things that are going to blow your mind.
Yeah. Well, my mind's already been blown, so I'm game. I'm like, man, and thank you, by the way. Legendary's been very gracious in sponsoring many of our events and many of the conferences we've been to. Like, we come in and we got our coffee, and then I'm like, oh, wow. Like, because I feel like even the brand, like, I always felt, I don't want to use the word bad, but we didn't have an alternative of another type product to have for a normal breakfast food that would be good, that we could feel good about giving people. So now when I think about our conferences, there's hundreds of people there and they're getting their coffee and then they grab a Legendary like cinnamon roll or a Pop-Tart or excuse me, the little pastry tart kind of feel like they get to and so I think as a company, I can tell you myself and Shirag are talking, we're like, man, this is awesome. Like we can feel good about what we're serving.
Exactly. And I tell people, if you have a consumable item and it's good for you, get it out in people's hands. Go out and bring it to events. Bring it to people. Get it out there.
Yeah. You're everywhere, by the way. I see you, man. You're working. Yeah.
I'm off to Vegas Saturday for a couple of events,
Oh, man. Are you going to AFRM? To that one, or are you going to another?
There's so many different ones. Bob Goldman has a health conference.
I think it might be one of those.
But then my friend Clint Sparks is launching his gaming company, and the launch party's Saturday night.
Oh, man. I'm going to be out. I'm heading to Vegas right after this. Literally, I'll be there at the Sahara by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
For one day?
Yeah. No, I'm going to be there all the way up until Monday.
Monday.
Okay. I'm not leaving till Monday,
I'll
man.
text you. Maybe you can come by the party.
Man, I'm in. This is the way it happens. When you talk about... Hold on. So that's real time what happens at one of David's events. That's the proof is in the pudding right there. Like, that's real time.
This is the kind of place where you can meet someone and say, I want to start a mortgage brokerage company, but I don't know how. And you're talking to the guy next door who can mentor you. Or a cookie company or a drink company.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, David, it's free.
Yeah. Or you're going to Vegas and then the guy you're talking next to you happens to be going too.
And maybe you'll come to the party we're hosting. It's all about, listen, at the end of the day, and I almost wish I figured it out long ago. I know I've always mastered relationships. But relationships, that's all you need in your early 20s. Build relationships.
Yeah.
That's all, because it'll come back to you.
All right. Last question, Bruce. I want you to look in the camera. How do people follow Legendary? How do they connect with the brand?
It's eatlegendary.com. And, of course, we're on Instagram. And, and of course, you know who I am, Bruce E. Cardenas on Instagram.
Awesome. And for everybody watching, just so you know, we'll put the links in the show notes so you can just click on the link and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. Bruce, man, thanks again for coming back on.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.